So this area overlooks the Moyer Recreation Center. You can see we're flying over what they have filled in so far. They're now not calling these sinkholes, but they're calling them depressions. So you can see they have it all roped off currently. You can see how close it was to the pool and where these 3 holes actually drained the retention pond. This down here is where they are getting the dirt from. So let's talk about sinkholes for a second. You might not be familiar with how they are formed, things like that. So karst is formed when the limestone, which is what Florida basically is, becomes eroded by water. Ridges, caves, and sinkholes appear. We also have the Florida aquifer, of course, which is underneath basically the entire state. It's one of the largest water-producing aquifers in the world. I've seen several things saying that the western side of the state is more susceptible to these sinkholes, which, by the way, these are now being called depressions. They're not being called sinkholes. They changed their mind on what exactly these are, apparently. Of course, they weren't sinkholes. They're just depressions. I'm doing air quotes, by the way. So the western side of the state is more susceptible, like I said, and that's all because of the several factors that create sinkholes. So there's a few big factors that lead to sinkholes, which you might be shocked to hear. Heavy rains, we get them. Drought, we get it. And man-made excavations, which is pumping and drilling, and as you can see, development also leads to sinkholes. Sinkholes do have a habit of coming back once they appear. So once a sinkhole shows up, it is likely to return. The pretty big factor in Florida having so many sinkholes currently is the development, because a lot of people are moving to the state. Obviously, you've seen how big the Villages has grown. We all know the watering of areas and constant movement of dirt, which again, you're seeing here. This is happening less than, I don't know, 300 yards, 400 yards from where this happened. And it includes the irrigation and the movement of dirt from one place to the other, and how the rain is coming. And July, typically June and July are pretty wet here. We've been getting lots of thunderstorms. You can see a top view of where this is at here. There is a couple things that you can do to mitigate the loss if you're moving to Florida. Sinkhole insurance is available. The state is also working with scientists to figure out how to detect these things before they open. I would assume that it's limestone and water runoff and heavy rains definitely work that limestone away. Regardless of all this, there's not much to worry about. Yes, sinkholes do open up, but rarely are they big enough to have more than minimal damage occur. A lot of times they're along roadways and things like that. They'll talk about a water main break or something like that, which will just wash away the road. So you can see here, this is what I've been talking about. The water comes and washes away the limestone, which turns it into caves and underground streams, which create those sinkholes because the dirt then falls into that area. That's what takes all that dirt away at one time. So I'm going to show you a couple maps here of Lake and Sumter counties. These maps are a couple years old, so it doesn't show like the exact location of any recent sinkholes, but these are some areas. You can see a lot of them are right around main roads and in developed areas, with the majority in Lake being around the Apopka area. So just something to stay on the lookout. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.